Hey there, this is a little tutorial about how I do my foundation. If you're interested in how I did it, then just keep watching.
Hey, so I am back to talk to you a little bit about the skin, at least as it pertains to makeup. I am not talking about skincare. I am not a skincare aficionado at all. I know I should be, but I'm not. But my skin is clean, and I have already put on a little bit of moisturizer. All that noise you hear in the background, that's Drizzy. So I just wanted to come on here and show you how I do my foundation, or not just my foundation, my concealer, and my contour, bronzer. Yeah, I do a little bit of both. In my opinion, skin is probably the most important, my number one priority as it pertains to makeup. Because like, if your skin doesn't look good, then it doesn't really matter what your eyes look like or your lips or blah, blah, blah. To me, in my humble opinion. So I always try to focus on skin. I am going to put on this product. It's called Gleam Body Radiance by Melanie Mills. This color is deep gold. I use this kind of as a primer. Sometimes I use primer depending on what I am doing for the day. If I'm gonna have like a long day on the airplane, then I'll use a real primer. But we are in quarantine and I ain't going nowhere. Ooh, I thought my skin was clean. I guess not. Note to self, I need to edit this out. Do it old school stuff, like my mom. That's that. I don't always put this on. I've been putting it on lately. The next thing I'm gonna do is, you see that? That's not just because we're in quarantine and I haven't gone to get a wax. That's there all the time. It's just discoloration. I am using a color corrector. This product is by Jeffree Star Cosmetics. I like the product. I don't like the color. I make it work. It's fine because it goes on underneath foundation. But if I had to get it again, I would try a different color. But we're gonna make it work today. I'm just putting a little bit of that where I have the skin discoloration. So to blend that in, I'm going to use a sponge. So these are the Jeffree Star by Morphe collection. There are several different types of beauty sponges that are on the market. This happens to be what I'm using now. I really do like these. This came in a set of 3, so it had one big one and 2 little ones. But one of my other little ones fell on the floor in some hotel I was staying in the bathroom. So you know what happened to that one.
Try!
I really like these sponges. Beauty Blender also makes a sponge. Beauty blenders are great. They are just a little bit pricey for me. A Beauty Blender runs one of these, and it might even be a little bit smaller than this, runs you $20, whereas I got the set of 3 Jeffree Star for $20. And then also Real Techniques makes a great sponge. You can get that at Ulta, a set of 4 full size for like $20 by Real Techniques. So there's that. So I just blend that in with a sponge and I pounce it on my skin to blend it. Looks a little crazy, but that's okay because we're going to go over that with foundation. But you see how it cancels out the darkness a bit? And you can get color correctors in several different colors depending on the issue that you are trying to correct on your skin. I'm trying to decide how I'm going to show you because I've been doing my foundation a little bit differently lately. I'm going to show you how I've been doing it when I have time. This is not a 15-minute get out the door. This is if I have an hour to do my makeup. And also I want to show you a few of my foundations that I've used. So this is a stick foundation and it is by Makeup Forever. This one I bought in a darker color because I kind of use it to contour. This is the Huda Beauty. I love this foundation. I really did like this foundation. The only thing about this foundation that might turn some people off is the smell. Huda Beauty always has like scent, S-C-E-N-T, in her products. So if you have sensitive skin, this might not work for you. But I really did like the finish on this foundation, but I am pretty much done with it. And if I recall correctly, this gives you a satin type finish. So there are different types of finishes that you can get your foundation for. So it depends on the look that you're going for. So if you want like dewy, glowy skin, you can get a foundation for that. If you want a matte foundation, which looks, there's like no sheen to it, there's a foundation for that. And then there's in between. What's in between is called satin finish foundation. And so it's not quite dewy, so you're not gonna look like you've been glistening, you've been out in the sun and, you know, exercising or whatever, and you have a glisten. No, it's more of a, satin is almost more of like a natural type finish. So Makeup Forever, I think, is more of like a satin finish. Huda Beauty is more of like a satin finish. Oh, here's my Makeup Forever. This is really old. I don't know why I'm still holding on to this bottle, so I can reorder it in my color. But here's the Makeup Forever liquid. So this is the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. This is a fantastic foundation. I love this. If you're looking for a dewy look that doesn't look oily or greasy. Thing about this foundation is it's very pricey. It runs you about between $65 and $70, but it's beautiful. I love this foundation. This is drugstore brand. This is Maybelline Fit Me Dewy and Smooth for normal to dry skin. I mean, it was okay. I didn't love it. Maybelline Fit Me is kind of famous for their matte finish. So this one is completely full because I haven't really used it. I mean, it's okay. If I ran out of foundation, I would definitely use that, but would I buy it again? Maybe not. This is a cult favorite. Everybody loves Fenty. This is the original Fenty Pro Filt'r Soft Matte Long Wear Foundation. And I use this. This is empty. The thing about matte foundations is if you have dry skin, like I have dry skin, you definitely have to moisturize underneath your foundation, because this foundation or any matte foundation will like suck whatever moisture is in your skin right out of it. So make sure that you hydrate your skin before you apply any matte foundation. They have also come out with I'm not sure if it's satin formula or dewy formula because I don't actually have it. So they have come up with another finish for their foundation. I know you can get it at Sephora. The foundation I'm going to use today is the Juvia's Place I Am Magic Velvety Matte Foundation. This, would I consider this drugstore? No, it's not drugstore, but it's not high end. You can definitely get this at Ulta. It is not as pricey as, say, this one. This is like $65, $70. This one is like $20. I want to say Fenty runs you between $30 and $40. I don't remember. Makeup Forever, that's also a pricey one. That one will also run you about $60, $65. Fenty and Huda run about the same price. I want to say Huda is around the same price as the Fenty, like $35, $40. This is definitely drugstore. This one I got at CVS for like, I don't know. I don't remember, honestly. $10-ish. But this Juvia's Place is a good foundation. Another good foundation that is not pricey, but it's definitely not drugstore because you can't get it at Sephora, is the Lip Bar. The Lip Bar makes foundation, and I used it up and I threw away the container. But the Lip Bar, I'm not sure, they sell the Lip Bar in Target, but I'm not sure that they sell the foundation in Target. I know I got the foundation at the flagship store when I was on the layover in Detroit. So I'm gonna show you what I do when I have an hour to do my makeup. I start with the dark foundation to use it as like a contour. So I just take it around just basically the areas that I want to contour. And a little bit on the bridge of my nose. Yeah, so that's that. And the reason why I'm starting with the dark one as opposed to the light one is because I don't want the dark one to muddy my regular color. So I'm just going to blend that in. And there are several ways that you can apply your foundation, but I always like to start with a brush and then switch it up to a sponge just to press that product into my skin. Now y'all might be thinking that this looks crazy, but don't worry, it'll come together in the end. You could put the contour product on top of your foundation, and like if you wanted to apply your foundation all over your face first, and that's how I would do it if I didn't have time. But since I have time, the problem with doing that is that depending on what you're using, you don't want it to start looking cakey. Applying product after product after product, it starts to build up and you don't want it to look cakey. So that's that. Now let's go in with my skin foundation. For this foundation, you really don't need to use a lot. Let's do this. If I were you and you're using a new foundation, you're not quite sure how much of it you're gonna need, I would add a little dollop on the back of my hand, and then get a brush. All right, let's use this one. This is the Kat Von D. I'm dipping the brush in it and I'm hitting the areas that didn't get the first foundation that I put on. Get that forehead. And I'm kind of doing a combination of swiping and patting, because in the end I'm going to pat it all out with the sponge. I don't really want to put too much underneath my eyes because that's where the concealer is going to go. And basically concealer is just a thicker version of foundation. I need to blend this some more, but the beauty sponge is going to take care of that. Actually, the sponge is going to take care of all of it. And see, I have a lot left over on my hand. And I don't really need, oh, found some more. I need to blend. I don't really need too much more of this foundation, so I'm just going to wipe the excess off. And put a little bit more under here. It's hard to say how much you should apply because it's subjective. It depends on what you have going on with your skin, what you need to cover up on your skin, and also depends on the look that you are going for. So this would be what I would do for work. Like if I wanted to go like glam, like New Year's Eve glam, then I might apply the rest of what's on my hand. But we in quarantine and I ain't going nowhere, so no need to glam it up. Actually, I'm just gonna leave that on my hand just in case I need to apply a little more after I blend. So now I'm going in with the sponge, and I am pressing that foundation that I just applied into my skin. and it takes off excess. Then I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to press in the first foundation to blend that. And just get that area. Okay. Let me hit this area, my sideburn area, a little bit more. So that is the foundation. And it's not really like a deep contour. This is definitely not a contour for like going all out. This is just to warm up the areas where I'm going to place the bronzer. So now on to concealer. I have a few concealers here. This is the Fenty Beauty Pro Filt'r Instant Retouch Concealer. I am out of it, I think. Oh, look, I found something. Actually, we might use this one. Yeah, we're gonna use this one. I love this concealer. The other one that I love is the Huda Beauty Overachiever Concealer. This is the Tarte Shape Tape. It's a cult favorite. It's very full coverage. It's very thick. Do I love it? Not necessarily. I mean, it's good. It's good if you really need a lot of coverage. It's good. And then I have this LA Girl. This is more drugstore. This is LA Girl Pro Concealer. This color looks really light for me. Because it is really light for me, I just put a dab of this on to highlight my under eye area. And I will show you what I mean in just a moment. Let's go in with the Fenty Beauty, because I haven't used this for a while. So, it has what's called a doe foot applicator, although this one is a little bit flat. And so I'm placing concealer on the areas that I want to highlight, not just conceal. That area I want to conceal. So I am tapping to blend, because if you swipe, you're gonna move the product around. And I kind of want it to stay where I placed it. I know that looks crazy right now, but I'm gonna blend it some more with a sponge. I like to let the concealer sit underneath my eyes for a while to dry down a bit, because you don't really want it to move. You want it to stay where you put it. So if you go in while it's too wet, then it's gonna end up moving all over the place. I don't mind so much with these other areas, like my chin and my forehead, but I do mind it underneath my eye and on the bridge of my nose, especially on the bridge of my nose, because there's not that much surface area for it to move. If you know what I mean. Like, I don't want it to go all over my whole nose. I just want to go right down the center. Let me do my lip. All right, so that's pretty much blended. I'm gonna hit that with a sponge later. I think I put a lot more on this side than I did on this side, but I'll take off the excess. All right, now to the lighter one, just to brighten it a little bit more, and I literally put like that much, just to give the eye a nice brightening effect. So that's pretty much it for the cream products that I'm going to use for right now. So let's set all of that stuff, the cream products that we just used, let's set that into place. So I am going to use the Beauty Bakerie Flower Setting Powder. And this one is just a translucent powder. There's the powder. I'm just going to dip into the powder I'm gonna tap off the excess. I try not to put a lot of powder because I am already dry and powder makes you drier. So I don't put a lot of powder. If you're oily, then you may want to apply a little bit more powder to help your makeup last a little longer. I'm very dry, so I am showing you what I do with my dry skin. So I just press it in underneath the eye. I'm going to put a little bit more on all those areas that I placed the concealer. So the thing about it is that your concealer might break down during the day, or your all of it, your concealer, your foundation might break down during the day as the natural oils in your skin start to poke through. This powder step helps to keep it in place. Those are the areas that I concealed. Now I'm going to go over the areas, the outside, like where I did the contouring, with the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Loose Setting Powder. This color is Cinnamon Bun. This color is, all right, there we go. So that color is a little bit closer to my skin tone. I'm just gonna take a large fluffy brush for this. And I'm tapping it in there, tapping off the excess, and then just pressing it in to those outside areas of my skin. You don't want to apply too much powder because you don't want it to look too powdery. So if you found that you've gone overboard with the powder and you're starting to look a little powdery and a little dry, you can take any facial spray. I just happen to have the Mario Badescu. Or you can take Fix Plus by MAC. This one's the Gold Light. I'm not going to spray this one because this one is really super duper gold. I'm not going for that right now. Let's see if anything comes out of the Mario Badescu. Yep. Oh, look. That'll dry down. If it doesn't dry down, I can tap it in with a sponge. Hold on. Yeah, that's that. Let me show you one more thing. This is the Benefit Hoola bronzer. I'm sorry, there it is. Benefit Hoola bronzer. I use that to contour my nose, and I really like this for my nose because I try not to use something too dark or too orange to do my nose, because then it just looks too dark or too orange. This one I find to be a great color, and so I just go down the sides of my nose, pretty much where I did that dark foundation. See how it kind of defines the nose? This product is by the Lip Bar. It's called the Fresh Glow Bronzer and Blush Duo. There is the bronzer. There is the blush. This one is called Double Date. And then it also has a mirror, and it comes with a little brush in here. I never used it, probably lost it. I really, really like this bronzer, so let's use this one today. Let's just use this blush. I probably just put too much because this stuff right here is super duper pigmented. Like, you only need a little bit. So let's put it up here, because I don't know if you remember in my other video about blending eyeshadow, the first place after you dip into your product, the first place that you put it on your skin is where it's going to show up the most. Like, I don't know if you can see that. You see that? Like, I don't want that down here. I don't mind it up here because I'm gonna put my wig on. And you could blend that out. But I don't want that much down here on my cheeks. Okay, so we're gonna tap it here. And we're gonna tap it there, you see? And then I'm gonna I'm gonna blend. I'm not really trying to come up here because I want that to stay bright underneath my eyes. Let's do the other side. I tapped once, let's tap one more time. You see that? See how pigmented that is? Like, you don't have to take time to build that up. You gotta be very careful that you don't apply too much, because then it's a pain in the butt to try to blend that out. Y'all, I need my hair done, like my natural hair. Oh, Chad, I miss you if you're watching this video. Chad's my hairstylist. If you watched my BeautyCon vlog, you saw Chad. Chad came with me to BeautyCon LA last year. God, I love that bronzer. Look at that. And then I would also add that bronzer right here to add more depth to that area. You see what that did versus here? I'm not going to take it all the way down the nose because I feel like it'll make it a little bit too dark. Anyway, so that's pretty much it as it pertains to skin. Now to finish the look, I'm just going to do my eyebrows, throw on maybe a little bit of eyeshadow. Oh, brush hair is on my nose and it's itching me. I'm going to do my brows. I'm going to put on a little bit of eyeshadow and just finish this look. I'm going to do it off camera. I'll be right back. Stand by. So I'm back. Got rid of the dog. Now I have a cat. Let's see if she behaves. Anyway, so I threw on some eyeshadow, some lashes, some blush. I didn't put on any highlighter just yet because I wanted to do that on camera. A friend of mine asked me if highlighter is necessary. So to that, my answer is, I don't know, you tell me. So this is my face with no highlighter. Oh, and I threw on some lips. So this is me with no highlighter. And I guess I'm gonna use the Laura Geller Baked Gelato Swirl palette. This is what it looks like on the inside. That color's called Ballerina. That's Gilded Honey. And then this one is called Peach Glow. I don't know which one. I think I'm gonna use Ballerina and maybe a little bit of Gilded Honey. All right, so let's go into Ballerina. And then just put that there. You'll see that. Oh, and I put on some hair for y'all too. This is all coming off in 2 minutes as soon as I'm done with this video, because I've got to go get my walk in because I am not trying to gain the COVID-20. So these are the areas that I highlight. And the purpose of highlighter is just to enhance the areas of the face that light naturally falls, which are usually the highest points on your face. And the opposite is true for contouring. Contouring is where a shadow falls. So yeah, so the light hits first here, the high points of your face. And then to add depth to your face, that's what contouring is for, to carve out spots on your face that you want to recess. So like underneath my cheeks. So you see how I get a little pop of my cheekbone out? Well, that's enhanced by bronzer and contouring. So that is Ballerina. Y'all, I gotta pluck my brows. I don't really get my brows done anymore because I've plucked and tweezed and all that good stuff for years and years. So they don't really grow in too much anymore. So I just pluck out the stray hairs myself. So you see that? You see where the highlighter is. Now let's touch that with a little Gilded Honey, which is a gold. Let's hit that with Gilded Honey. Just a little, like a little accent. I'm gonna use Gilded Honey on my nose. I'm gonna switch to the sponge that they give you in this palette. I got this palette at Ulta. And I'm just gonna put it down right there in the bridge of my nose. I'll flip that over to the other side. Tap it in to tone it down a little bit. I didn't put any product on this side, so I just want to blend that a little bit. Let's put a little bit more. Y'all, I miss California. Was I in California? Yeah, I was in San Diego. I was in San Diego on my last trip, right? Yeah, because we took like 5 people from San Diego to Atlanta. Oh, yes. Okay, now I remember. I was trying to think of the hotel. Like, I couldn't remember being in San Diego because it was a really short overnight. Oh, I miss California. Like, I need to come visit. I need to go visit California when outside opens again. So yeah, so that's that. This is the palette that I'm wearing on my eyes. It is by Melt Cosmetics. This is the Impulsive palette. I'll show you the inside. I really love the formula of this eyeshadow. Anyway, I use these 3 colors down here. My lashes are Lilly lashes. It's Kim Zolciak-Biermann Duo limited edition. So they give you bottom lashes too. I do not have, obviously I don't have the bottom lashes on, but I do have the top lashes. So the lip pencil that I'm wearing is by MAC Cosmetics and the color is called Soar. That is the color right there. And then I have a little bit of gloss on top by Revlon. So that's that. Tell me what you guys think about this look. I mean, I like it. I like using the green because this is not a color that I would wear to work. And on my off days, I don't tend to wear a lot of makeup. So doing these videos gives me a chance to use stuff that I would love to use on a regular basis, but I just don't because I don't really go out much on my off days. Shout me out down below. Let me know what you think about how I did my skin. If you have any questions, comment down below. The hair is by the Virgin Hair Fantasy. This is one of my favorite wigs. Also, shout me out down below if you want to see all of my wigs that I have. If you like this video, hit the like button for me, please, 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 please. Please like, please share this video if you found it helpful, and please also, if you like this video and you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. I mostly do flight attendant vlogs, but since there's not allowed to vlog these days because we're not really allowed to be outside anymore, maybe I'll do more makeup videos. So shout me out down below. Let me know what you want to see on my channel, and I will be happy to oblige. I will holla at you later.